Hi guys. Good morning, or just 1 minute into the
afternoon.
My name is Emily from Cambridge in the UK.
My name is Gabriel. I'm from Birmingham in the UK. And we are at the Ponte Lungo School in Rome. So that's where we're currently quarantined. Where are you guys? Tell us your name and where you're from. We'd like to know. We'll see how many people we get. But today we're going to be looking at parties. Some light relief from our current predicament, I think. Yeah, we're going to be looking at parties and past perfect and conditionals. So in this focus activity, using the past perfect to describe events. Party lingo. What's lingo, Emily?
Lingo is slang, usually slang related to a topic, or just specialized, not necessarily slang maybe, but vocabulary relating to a particular topic.
Yeah. I think that's good. And so also expressing regret, relief, using if only and I wish. And then we're also going to be looking at the second and third conditionals too.
Let me adjust this slightly.
Yeah, that's better, I think.
Okay. Great question to start with, Gabe. Have you ever had a bad party experience? And what is the worst party you've ever been to? And what happened?
Usually, I think if I've had a bad party experience, I've been at a really good party. I think, in a way. I think I've been at a really good party and I've enjoyed myself a little bit too much. I think that's usually the scenario that's going on. Usually, if I'm at a bad party, nothing really happens, I think so. So you're not really enjoying it, so it's not really, you're not really likely to have a bad experience so much. I don't know. How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
No, exactly. What do you think about that, Emily?
Yeah, that's a good theory. And to the students too. Have you ever had a bad party experience? Hi, Deborah from Padua.
Hi, Deborah from Padua. Have you ever had a bad party experience, Deborah?
Do you like having birthday parties for yourself, Gabe?
I like. Go on.
I was just going to say, when is your birthday?
My birthday is the 7th of September.
Oh, okay.
I'm a Virgo, not for a while. When's yours?
November, mid-November.
November. Okay. Yeah, we're both late in the year. I think I used to dislike celebrating my birthday in a way. I prefer kind of communal celebrations a little bit more. But I quite like just doing informal meals and drinks, that kind of thing, you know. I don't like having a massive party per se, but like a drink in a pub or something. That's what I like.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Deborah has never had a bad party. Okay, let's.
Emily, have you ever woken up after being at a party the night before and not known where you were or how you got there? What did you do?
I wish I read through this slide before I agreed to do this photo. Well, yes, I have done that. And we're not going to talk about it in any more detail than that.
Okay, let's move on to the next slide, I think.
I just wanted to look at Deborah's sentence here.
Oh, okay.
So if we come here, so Deborah, if you look at this question here, have you ever had a bad party experience? So this is the present perfect. So it's better if you could respond also in the present perfect. So not I don't had never a bad party, but we would say I have never had a bad party.
Yeah, because we're talking about experiences here as well, and the present perfect is the tense in English of experiences. Yeah, so don't forget to miss out have. I've never had a bad party.
Okay, we have some vocab going to come up here. So to the students, what is a killjoy? Hopefully someone will give us a definition. We want to interact with you guys as much as possible, so please do write to us if you have a YouTube account in the chat. Likes birthday parties and she remembers all of them. That's good. That means you're doing things well. Hi, Matteo from Treviso. A lot of bad party experiences.
It happens. It does.
Yeah, good.
Perhaps those joining us, if you have any idea of what a killjoy is as well. Has anybody heard this term before?
Maybe we can break the word down a little. If we look at here, we've got kill and joy. So if someone is a killjoy, what do they do? Deborah, Matteo, and something that makes you sad. I mean, in a sense, yeah.
I think it could be. I mean, really, what it denotes is somebody who brings the energy or the joy or the life of the social gathering or the party down. I think it's somebody who kills the joy, who kills the energy at the party.
Someone who makes noise at the party. Not necessarily, Deborah. Yeah. But like Gabe.
Yeah, I think as kind of, I think you're onto it there, Matteo. Yeah, something that brings down the energy or reduces the energy or joy at the party.
Yeah.
Somebody who isn't fun, I think, in this context, really.
Wallflower. What is a wallflower? So again, maybe this one is less clear, but maybe you could understand the meaning of the phrase from the two parts, wall, particularly this first section, wall. So we always point this out, but I think there's a pause, or there's a delay between when you guys write your messages to us and when we receive your messages. So yeah, Deborah, that's good. It's a shy person, a wallflower.
Yeah, exactly, Deborah.
Someone who's
a shy person
about interacting completely with the party. Perfect. Okay. Party
who
animal.
adheres to the walls, I think, in this context, isn't it? Who stays at the sides, the edges of the party, and is more introverted, perhaps, at a party. Go on, sorry.
No, that was good. I just said party animal. What is a party animal? What type of person is a party animal?
I quite like this one. You describe yourself as a party animal, Emily.
No, not really. I like to go for a drink at the pub, and I do like parties, but I hardly go to any parties. I don't know anyone that throws parties these days. I mean, I don't do now in quarantine, but I mean in the last few years. Actually, in Palermo, when I lived in Palermo, we did throw quite a few parties. What's a party animal, guys? I think maybe I just answered the question.
I think it was perhaps helpful I don't think you answered it per se, but I think this may have been helpful for someone who likes to party, an outgoing person.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Great. Yeah, fantastic. And then we've got from Matteo, it's the opposite of a party pooper. Yes, yes. Yeah. That's one of my favorite words.
Which is what we have next.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think party pooper is more or less a synonym of killjoy. In the context of parties, anyway.
I think kind of, yeah, as Deborah's saying, somebody who really likes to party, somebody who is I think with this sense of animal in party animal, somebody who's wild, really, really likes to party. They're a wild party goer.
Yeah. Yeah, but I said party pooper is a synonym of killjoy.
Yeah, I know. I'm not talking about that one. I was just referring to party animal for now.
Okay. Well, I'll put the next one up because I think party pooper we've kind of.
Yeah.
Maybe this one is fairly obvious as well.
Dancing diva.
I'm not sure that's really a phrase anyway, a dancing diva.
It makes me wince. Cringe a little bit, yeah.
Me too. Well, maybe I'll put them all up and then we can talk about all of them. This is a little slow. Well, party crasher, actually. That's quite a specific thing. What's a party crasher, guys?
Or you might hear the phrase gate crasher. A party crasher or a gate crasher. I don't know if anybody's heard that term before. There used to be a club in Birmingham called Gate Crasher. Awful place. Awful place. Yeah. I think it got shut down because a bouncer hit somebody over the head with a glass bottle.
Okay.
Closed down. Yeah, it's one of those kinds of places.
Yeah.
Is there one more as well?
There's at least one more. Yeah, I'll put that up. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, Deborah's got it.
Yes.
Oh, party crasher.
Excellent. An uninvited person. Yeah.
So Deborah and Matteo, what type of party goer are you? And also Gabe, what type of party goer are you, Gabe?
Probably a crasher, if I'm honest. I would like to be known as an animal, but I'm probably a crasher more than any of the others. I wouldn't really put myself in any of these categories. I'm as you said, I don't know people who have parties that often anymore. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, none of them are quite right for me either. When I'm living in a place where I can throw parties, maybe I'm a bit of a party animal. I do enjoy a house party.
Yeah.
Still, even in my advanced age.
Advanced stage.
In Palermo, we had quite a few house parties because we had an apartment, a good apartment in the centre of town for parties. And when I've had enough wine, I do become a bit of a dancing diva, but not that much. All right. I wonder about the students. I want to hear from them. What
Deborah says she at the beginning she's a wallflower, but later on, after you've had a drink, are you? What are you then, Deborah?
Yeah. What do you become?
Do you become a dancing diva like Emily?
Hi, Daniela.
Hi, Daniela from Naples. And Daniela's a dancing diva.
I'm not sure she is. Maybe she just likes the idea. She says it's not true.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Okay, so we have definitions here. I'll just read through. I'll do the first three. A killjoy, someone who deliberately spoils the enjoyment of others. Wallflower, a shy or secluded person. Party animal, a very gregarious and outgoing person who enjoys parties. Do you want to finish?
And then we have party pooper, a person who throws gloom over social enjoyment. Dancing diva, the center of attention on the dance floor. And party crasher, someone who attends a party that he or she wasn't invited to.
Yeah.
And Matteo says it depends on the context. Party animal when I enjoy the party, party pooper if it's a boring party. Yeah, go with the flow, isn't it? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then Deborah says she takes part in the party, dancing and joking. Yep.
Very good. Okay. Oh, Connor.
Okay, so we've got a matchup here. Match the problems to what's happened. Connor has held a surprise party for Lewis, but it was a total disaster. So perhaps if we go 1 down to 6, and then you can just put 1A or 1B, 1C, and then we'll move chronologically through the list. So I'll read the answers out, or rather the causes of the problems, I suppose, we have on the right. So we have didn't go grocery shopping, forgot to send invitations, didn't go to the shop, the DJ had an accident, bakery was closed, didn't tell people it was a birthday party. So number 1.
Yeah, so not many guests. What was the result of this? And Matteo's right. It takes. Matteo, I saw your answer a moment ago. But you're right. It takes a little bit for your answers to get to us. Yeah.
Yeah.
1B.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Oh yeah, so okay, so the red is not, these aren't the results, they're the causes of the
causes, yeah.
Oh, I see what Deborah's thinking. But I think Daniela is right. So I think F is the cause of a slightly different problem. Yeah, great, Deborah, that's it. Yeah. Okay. 1B, nice. Number 2, no birthday cake. Which letter do we connect there? Yeah, very nice.
Daniela's the bakery was closed. Yeah, and Deborah.
Okay, number 3, nothing to drink.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's the worst problem in a party.
Big problem, yeah.
If you've got nothing to drink, you better have some amazing board games.
Yeah.
3A, perfect.
Didn't go grocery shopping. Number 4, no presents.
Nice, Deborah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah, absolutely. 4F.
Number 5, no music. Also potentially disastrous.
Yeah.
Yeah, Deborah. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, good.
And no new clothes to wear. Didn't go to the shop. Excellent.
Yep, cool. So we have here, imagine you are Connor, write about the birthday party, use the past simple tense to talk about the problems and the past perfect to explain what had happened before. What else might have gone wrong? And for an example, there weren't many guests because I had forgotten to send out the invitations. Yeah, so similar sentences with the result in the past simple and then the cause which happened before in the past perfect, just like in the example here for the different ideas or the different problems. Maybe I'll do another one as well.
There wasn't any birthday cake because my sister had dropped it all over the floor.
Oh, I could say the venue was too small because I hadn't checked, I hadn't visited it to check before the party. I had only seen photos.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if Matteo is still with us. Perfect, Deborah. Yeah.
Mum had forgotten to order it. Yeah.
Very good.
Super.
Other examples, guys? More examples? I'm going to write mine out. Yeah, I like Daniela's. It's like yours. And Daniela says, there wasn't birthday cake because it had fallen to the floor.
Mm-hmm.
More examples, guys? More past perfect sentences? Maybe that's good. We've had an example from each of them.
Mm-hmm.
And guys, if you can't write in the chat to us, then write an example yourself at home. Or you could always say more examples aloud. You can speak to the computer screen. Even if we can't respond, it's still a useful practice.
Before you move on, are you moving on?
No. If you have something to add.
No, it's not that. It's just that we could, we're getting onto the conditionals now, so we might as well, we could ask the form first.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think there's a question at the top of the...
I don't remember on the slides exactly, because I think the next slide is the disastrous slide.
Oh, yeah, so we skipped, that's 8. We skipped that. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. You can go on to the next slide, and it doesn't reveal.
Yeah. So I'm on 9 now.
The conditions. Yeah.
There was a couple more answers. There wasn't any music because I had broken the computer. That's great, Deborah. I didn't buy a birthday cake because I had made one by myself. Unfortunately, it was terrible.
Excellent example.
Yeah, very nice. Do you want to?
Yeah, good. So now we are looking at these disastrous situations in which we have a problem. Just to look at the title here, In a Pickle. Hang on, we have an answer down here from Daniela. There was nothing to eat because we had invited a lot of people, or perhaps there wasn't enough to eat because we had invited a lot of people, Daniela. Just watch out for your double negative there. We don't use the double negative to express negative in English. We would either say there was nothing to eat because we had invited perhaps too many people in the event of there being an excess of people for the amount of food, or you could say there wasn't enough to eat because we had invited too many people as well. But just watch out, we don't want the double negative.
Yeah, or there wasn't anything. Yeah.
Yes. I think in the example that Danielle has given us, we want the idea of there being an excess of people for the amount of food. Yeah, good. Okay, yeah. So just looking at this this phrase here, I don't know if you've heard "in a pickle" before. How would you describe pickle, Emily?
A difficult situation.
In this sentence. A difficult situation, yeah.
Or a problematic situation.
Problematic situation. It's a real pickle. It's a real difficult situation. Yeah. So what would you do in each of these disastrous situations? How would you feel? And we're going to be using the second or third conditional to answer. So but before we pull up the list, I wonder if you could tell us, you could write to us the form of the second and the third conditionals.
Yeah.
Perhaps if we start with the second.
Yeah. So the structure of the second conditional.
Yeah. Just some good revision, I think.
Yeah. Very nice. Yeah, that's great. Perfect, Deborah. Great. For the second. And the third?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well done, Daniela. Perfect.
Hi, Francesco.
Francesco from Rome.
Which school do you attend in Rome, Francesco? Because we work at the Ponte Lungo school in Rome. Gabriel and I.
I'm just wondering if I recognise the second name.
I like his surname.
We have a lot of Francescos, don't we? Bacci, yes.
Yeah. Frank Kisses. Ah,
Ponte Lungo. Yes.
Good.
Yes, and that's perfect, Francesco. Simple past word plus infinitive. Yeah.
We're laughing at Matteo's comment.
I am a great fan of Aston Villa. Yes. That's an amazing memory. Well done.
So the third conditional, guys, we need the third conditional structure is what we want. I mean, if you don't know what Aston Villa is, it is a strange sounding name.
It's true. Aston Villa. So, Daniela, I'm from Birmingham in the UK. Aston Villa is the best football team in Birmingham, and is a team I've been a great lover of for all of my life. But that's true. A little bit strange if you've never heard the phrase before.
Yeah, it's an unusual name. Would have. Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's as the as Matteo.
Oh, did he? I missed that. Oh, like in the example, yeah. Oh, did I put that?
Aston Villa is a worse football team than Juventus. Aston Villa is a far worse football team than Juventus, considerably. Although I do remember that we beat you in the Peace Cup in about 2006. If you support Juventus, that is Matteo.
You have a long memory, Gabe.
No, I have a memory of when we beat Juventus, which doesn't happen ever.
Good. Yeah. Yeah. So Matteo's example was great. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I had made such a terrible cake, I would have said that my girlfriend made it.
Yeah. Okay. Shall I put up the examples and then we can get some?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay, so we have some examples here. If I were at a wedding and I fell into the cake, I would, or if I had just hit a wild animal with my car, I would have blah blah blah. So the second and third conditionals are both hypothetical. So we can either imagine something hypothetically happening in the past or something hypothetically happening now. In either case, it's imaginary. It's not a real situation. So I think it's fine to use the second or third for all of these examples. We can imagine it happening in the past or we can imagine it happening today.
If you were at a wedding and you fell into the cake, what would you do, Emily? Eat.
I think I would run up. I would run away in shame to the bathroom. And then if I could leave, I would leave. Or I would apologize to everyone. I don't know what I would do. That would be just horrific if that happened. The first thing I would do is I would turn completely red because I blush a lot when I'm embarrassed. What would you do, Gabe?
Yeah, I think my joke answer would be you've got to own it and you've just got to start eating the cake. Act like you meant it. But in real life, yes, I think I would do exactly as Deborah would do. I would run as far as I can.
Yeah. Okay. What's another? Okay, Gabe, what would you do? In fact, let me ask you the third. What would you have done if you had been at a pub with friends and you had spilt your drink on a perfect stranger?
If I'd been at a pub with friends and I'd spilt my drink on a perfect stranger, I would have.
You did the other day, didn't you?
Oh, I spilled whiskey on someone. No, I didn't spill it on somebody. But I think in that event, if I had spilt my drink on somebody, I would have offered to buy them a drink.
Yeah.
Well. I think that would be the etiquette in. I don't know. I think there's almost like an etiquette of forgiveness if you buy somebody a drink in in a pub or a bar. I think that's a way of apologizing, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. I like Daniela's answer for the first one. If I had fallen into the wedding cake, I would have eaten a piece before escaping for the shame.
Yes.
So, Daniela, we don't need to. Just before escaping is perfect, without the preposition. Before escaping. Yeah, exactly.
And, just watch out for the homonym. Watch out for the homonym there as well, Daniela. We want peace as in.
Oh, yeah.
Peace.
I didn't even notice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have apologized, Matteo says. Good. Can you give us a third conditional, guys? And let's have a complete third conditional. So what would you have done if you had been in a canoe on the lake and your oars had fallen in the water? Maybe I'll write out that question as a third conditional. So you could answer, I mean, in reality, you could answer with a third or second conditional, but just to practice forming the third conditional.
Is everybody happy with oars as well? These are the things you use to row. I don't know if that word is known. Deborah, if I was at a pub with friends and spilled my drink on a perfect stranger, I'd like to apologize and buy one. Buy one. Okay, yeah, excellent. Just buy one for him, Deborah. Or just use for him in that instance. We buy drinks for people. But that's a super example. Super example of second again.
I like Matteo's answer. I would have had a swim. And I really like this because in English, if you say to have a swim, it implies for pleasure. When we use this construction to have a swim, it means that you're doing it just for your own pleasure.
That's true.
Maybe you meant I would have had to swim. I don't know. I like, yeah.
I don't know if he's deliberately being funny there. I would have had a swim.
But the grammar's perfect, yeah. But there would be maybe, and Matteo, it's a great sentence. I don't want to correct you I don't want to assume a mistake if there wasn't one. But just to look at the difference between I would have had a swim or I would have had to swim. If we said I would have had to, let me put that in caps, had to swim, this implies an obligation because have to is the modal verb. I would have had a swim for pleasure. But I would have had a swim is a lovely sentence. I would have called someone. Yeah.
I would have called someone
to come help you. Yeah.
Should we move to regret, do you think?
Okay.
I would have called for help, yeah. Grand.
Yeah, good.
So again, we're gonna, so just so maybe we can have a chance to practice the third a little bit more. The third we often use to express regret, as is written here. And often using the phrases I wish or if only, and then the third conditional. So if you can, actually we've just got some more examples here. Let's look at these. Yes, I wanted to make a joke, but thank you for saying that.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And Deborah says, if my car had broken down on the side of an abandoned road with no cell signal, I would have had.
I would. Oh.
I would have
started, I think.
I would have started walking down a busy street nearby.
Or started to walk.
You don't. Again. Or have had.
I would have started to walk.
Unless you're going for an obligation there as well, again, Deborah, I would have had to start walking down a busy street nearby. That's the kind of similar point to the one you were making, Emily. If you wanted the obligation, I would have had to start walking.
Yeah,
or you could say I would
have to walk is also correct.
To start to walk. Yeah.
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 Because
good, but then we've got a. Sorry.
Yeah. Or just to start can take the infinitive or the gerund. It's the same.
Yeah.
I would have started walking, or I would have started to walk, but I would have had to start to walk, or I would, or I would have had to start walking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So can you pull up an example? So if we have a couple of examples here for regret plus third conditional. If only I had sent the invitations, more guests would have come. And then one with I wish I had studied something different at university, then I would have had a better job. If only I hadn't eaten that last piece of cake, I wouldn't have felt so sick afterwards.
Yeah.
So guys, if you can write some regrets.
Yeah, something that you did and you wish you hadn't done, or something that you didn't do and you wish you had. Technically, phrases with I wish aren't third conditionals. They use the past perfect, but it's not technically a third conditional.
Yeah, because you don't need you no, it's true, because you don't need to say in this example, I wish I had studied something different at university, then I would have had a better job. You can just say, I wish I had studied something different at university.
Yeah.
That's not conditional.
What about you, Gabe? Have you got an example? I could say, no, that's a bit weird. I wish I had bought more art supplies before the quarantine. Because now I'm stuck at home and it's difficult to get stuff.
If only I had brought my keyboard to Rome, I would have something to play on.
Yeah.
In quarantine. Although your ukulele should be arriving soon.
Well, I thought about mentioning that, and then I thought, then I have to explain the ukulele to the students. So I bought a.
I imagine ukulele is probably.
I know, not the word, but I would just have to explain that I had bought one on Amazon.
That you had bought.
So I have bought a ukulele on Amazon because I thought it would be good to have a musical instrument to use. Yeah, while we're
Francesco.
Ooh.
If only I had bought some shares of Google, I would have gained money. Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing with this sentence, Francesco, is that this is an affirmative sentence. I would have gained. So we don't use much in affirmative sentences. We would say, I would have gained a lot of money. If only I'd bought some shares of Google, I would have gained a lot of money. That's good. So much.
Oh, sorry, I put that in. Okay.
Oh, you got it. Okay, cool. Okay. Much is only for negative and interrogatives. Other regrets, guys? Other examples with I wish or if only? Could be negative. It could be that you did something. If only I hadn't. I can give an example. If only I hadn't. clearly I can't think of any examples.
It's the things you don't do that you regret more. I don't know. Okay, Here we go. Daniela. If only I had bought a new car, now I wouldn't have needed to change a wheel. Yeah.
Yeah, good. It's just so need with an infinitive rather than a gerund.
Yeah.
Yeah. If only I had
that's great, yeah.
ingredients I needed to make pizza, now I wouldn't eat salad. Really funny, Matteo. One little thing, we wouldn't use take in this case. We would say, if only I had bought the ingredients, or if only I had got the ingredients I needed to make pizza, now I wouldn't. Maybe now I wouldn't be eating salad if it's something in course of the right now. It is lunchtime. Yeah.
And it is almost lunchtime. We have to nip off the. We have to leave the broadcast now, guys. But those have been some really fantastic examples of second and third stuff. And it's been nice to meet all of you.
And Francesco, to see you again, or to speak again, anyway.
Yes. Maybe we'll see you guys later in the week. We'll be here, or next week. We'll be here all of next week. So do. Okay. But for now, have a nice rest of your weekend.
Oh, I think this is the last one, actually. Anyway, isn't it, Gabe? We finish at 1, so it's fine.
That's true.
Yeah. All right. Bye, guys.